CEOs from major U.S. airlines including American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, and Southwest Airlines have warned that the impending deployment of new 5G spectrum on Wednesday could cause catastrophic disruption for flights across the country starting tomorrow. The warning, which was also signed by shipping companies including UPS Airlines and FedEx Express, was issued in a letter from the CEO seen by Reuters, which said that both commercial and cargo flights could be affected. The letter was sent to Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Federal Communications Commission (FCC) Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel, FAA Administrator Steve Dixon, and White House National Economic Council Director Brian Dees, Reuters reports. The 5G spectrum in question is known as C-band, and at previous delays. At the core of the issue are fears that these new C-band airwaves could interfere with sensitive radar altimeters on certain aircraft. My colleague Russell Brandom explained earlier this month. Altimeters are critical for landings, especially when visibility is limited, and failures in this system were linked to a fatal 2009 Turkish Airlines crash. Related. Airplane manufacturers have informed us that there are huge swaths of the operating fleet that may need to be indefinitely grounded as a result of the new 5G deployments, the airlines wrote in their letter. Immediate intervention is needed to avoid significant operational disruption where passengers, shippers, supply chain and delivery of needed medical supplies that could cause chaos and strand tens of thousands of Americans overseas. When deployed next to runways, the 5G signals could interfere with the key safety equipment that pilots rely on to take off and land in inclement weather, United Airlines said in its own statement sent to The Verge. Without more safeguards, the rollout of this 5G spectrum could result in significant restrictions on 787s, 777s, 737s and regional aircraft in major cities, and cause hundreds of thousands of flight cancellations and disruptions for customers across the industry in 2022, and also the suspension of cargo flights into these locations. When deployed next to runways, the 5G signals could interfere with the key safety equipment. Although there is technically 220 MHz of clearance between the spectrum used by the plane's equipment and the new 5G spectrum, airlines are worried that the older equipment found in some planes might still be affected. Air safety concerns have already delayed the rollout of C-band from last December to this. United is calling for 5G to be implemented everywhere in the country on January 19, except within approximately 2 miles of airport runways at affected airports. It indicates the size of this buffer could be reduced after further analysis by the Federal Aviation Authority (FAA). On January 3, Verizon and AT agreed to take steps to mitigate the potential effect on aviation, including placing buffer zones around 50 airports for 6 months. C-band spectrum has already been rolled out in nearly 40 countries without causing altimeter failures, according to one tech trade group, and United says the right government policies could allow for a safe deployment in the U.S. Traffic demands of 5G, especially given